I can't remember what the word is. Yeah, it's where you go from straight into a sharp bend. You don't go straight into the sharp bend. You ease into it, so the bend gets sharper as you progress around it, and then once you've hit the middle of the bend, it starts easing off until you're back to straight. Okay, I am actually going to abandon the truck there, and this guy is done. So that's a good thing. It's also going to take him over here. I'm going to do this field next, but then I think I'm going to send him up to service before we move on to the next field. Okay, clear the course. It's generated. Okay, we usually start over here, and we do again. Okay. Actually, we start from over there. And off you go. So watch him start, and then we'll take a check on how long it's thinking. 40 minutes to do that one. Okay. Okay, back to the truck. So I'll run another load of whatever down to exports, and I think once we get to exports I'm going to jump back into the sprayer. We'll get that last field done. Okay, I think the word I was looking for was something like a transition. So we transition from straight to into the bend, and we transition back out again. And you do that with flex track, you can't do that with set track, is what I was trying to say. So I've elected to use flex track, which means my curves can be as tight or within reason or shallow as I want, as fits my design. So, yeah. And as I said, I need those turn templates to make sure that the curve remains even as you go through it. You don't want kinks in the track. You get kinks in the track, that just encourages trains to come off, and that's usually a bad thing. Especially since the boards I'm building are effectively are sort of skeletons at the moment. Come on. There we go. So that's now going to fill up with all of those. If a train comes off on what is effectively a skeleton, it's about a 3-4 foot drop to the floor, and plastic trains break when they do that sort of gymnastics or acrobatics. Now obviously once I've filled in all the holes with scenery, that risk is going to be a lot less, but if I can make sure that the tracks are smooth and level, then trains stay on the track. I don't have to drive them at scale speed of 200 miles an hour. And No, you guys need to go and watch TV. Yeah, and I just end up with when's the break here? But yeah, so hopefully, yeah, we've got. The thing is we've got a lot going on this coming month. So this week's evenings are clear. Next week's evenings we're all booked up. So I've only got about we've only got about 3 weeks in March. I can actually do anything in the basement, which is fine, but I think my goal is to start laying track by sometime next month, but I have no delusions it will be complete, or at least the circles will not be complete. That's my primary goal at the moment, is to get the 2 main circles done, and all the switches to the interesting bits will be in position. And I don't have the track for freight yards and bay platforms and all the rest of it at this time, so I'm not that won't happen now, but I am hopefully by the end of this year. Good grief, brakes, dude. The end of this year, we will have trains running and at least some scenery in place. I think part of the problem I have with the design is most people, when they build model railways, they build them on the outside of the attic or a shed or a garage or something. So they build it on the outside walls, and theoretically you always start doing the scenery on the deepest part of the track, so I don't have to lean over existing scenery to put other scenery in and potentially damage stuff with my body or my elbows. My problem is I couldn't put it on the outside of the basement, so it's an island in the middle of the basement, which means the deepest part is on the inside of the circle, not the outside of the circle. And theoretically, if you start on the outside of the circle, then if a train's going to come off, it's going to come off on the outside, not the inside. So that's kind of a problem where I'm concerned. Let's turn the engine on. That would be a good start. So I won't have any catch traps to stop things falling off. Okay. I think we haven't done this yet this morning, so there's a nice Series 8, which I already have one of those. Oh, a saddle track. A big Lexian harvester. I didn't get the Lexian. What did I get? Oh, maybe I got the big Lexian. I don't recall. Use that on Farm Sim 17 lore folds. See, this is the horse stuff. Planters. So a Valtra Valmet, a cultivator, another Series 8. Good grief, they really want to sell those. One of those. Yeah. That's big. Is that the big one I was thinking I wanted? I think that's the big one I wanted with the extra horsepower, but unfortunately, or fortunately for us, that's a Spader. We got an 8900 in the sales, so that came up, and it's like I would be really dumb not to buy that. Yes, that is on. So we just drive around the field, hitting up the bits that need it at this end. As I said, I think the other end is... Oh, actually, the other end might be even more. So, okay. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, no. Oh, it's darker. Okay. So this end does need more nitrogen. And this is the sunflowers. This is the field I walked into and was trying to figure things out. Okay, still got 30 minutes left for the weeding on our right there. But we are slowly bringing these fields up to ideal, which is good. I did just get a text message, so I need to check that. And considerable cloudiness. Oh no. Potentially high winds. That might be a problem. So I ordered some foam board to be delivered yesterday, and unfortunately right at the end of the day I got a call saying we're not going to be able to deliver it. The winds are too high. We already loaded the truck once and the board's disintegrated because of the high winds, and the driver doesn't think he's going to be able to get them to you today. And because they'd already flagged the order as completed, I had to reorder them this morning, and I thought we were looking at much lower winds. We are looking at lower winds. I mean, it's like 20 miles an hour lower than it was yesterday. So, but that might still not be, that might still be too high to safely transport the boards in one piece. I guess we'll see how that works out. Okay. So again, another field where it's very difficult to see where I've been and where I need to be. I think once I put it around here, I am going to go GPS from here and just go straight in. And then we'll do the stuff on the right. This won't take us long. I could get another weeder and have our other... I think the Lamborghini can run the weeder as well. Yay. kind of weird how that display is looking. That's okay. So we get down into the corner here, close to it at least, and that's all done. Back we go. And we've still got 907 litres of spray left. So I'm kind of thinking we're probably going to make this the weeder's still doing its thing. So I think what we'll do with the Deutz is we'll get it serviced and then might go and do the farthest out fields and then come back to the big one close to the farm, and we'll sell some more sugar because that's all good too. Alright, now I've got to figure out where we got to. And I think this is the next row. Not seeing any tram lines on it or tyre prints. Alright. So we've got maybe, I'm guessing we got maybe 2 rows plus maybe a little bulge over there, and we're done. 2 more rows after this one. So things need to be kind of orange. See, I don't know what the deal here is, because that's yellow, which yellow usually indicates it's over nitrogenated. But the texture on the field is adjusting in weird ways. Still got more than enough liquid stuff. But we do have areas of over nitrogenation, which is going to result in a poorer yield in some parts of this field. But fortunately, once we've harvested this, it's going to be the nitrogen will tank, and the entire field should be very, very, very close to controllable. So next year, whatever we end up planting in here will end up with a reasonable amount of nitrogen. And looks like I just need to do this bit. Maybe. Not even. And I would say that is done. Pull everything in, we can turn off the GPS. And I will drive over here. We'll get this unloaded, cleaned up and stuck in the shed for the we're not going to need this until fall, when we plant the winter crops. Does it need? It really doesn't need much of a service, so I think what we can do now is empty that. Go and fill it up with diesel, and I'm going to stick this in the new shed, I think. And yeah, that needs cleaned. So, first time I've really used this. Not a bad machine. I've used a couple of self-propelled sprayers. I did give an attempt to, I think there was a John Deere mod which you could mount spray tanks or solid tanks on the back, and it was sort of a multi-purpose spraying tool. From what I remember, there were some issues. Those look like tomatoes. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a little bit tight. You know what? It doesn't have to be. Oh, okay, hi. Right. Park this right at the back. That's good. Get in that. I think let me put this. Ooh, let me go backwards. That's unfortunate. Over here, so that it's not in front of the John Deere. That's fine. Then for one big tractor and looking the wrong way. And let's look out the front window so we're not breaking our necks when we get out. Get in that next time. And now we can move this over here. It's too close. Oh, that's way too close. And more text messages. Huh. Okay. My phone board is prepared and not on its way yet. They will text me when it's coming. Okay, that can go there. And now And this tractor is pretty much not needed, as I said, until spring planting. Okay, we did that. We did that. I have tomatoes there, which I believe are on distribution. Tomatoes are distributing, but we did end up with a box of tomatoes or two. There we go. I have an idea. Something I can do. It's only one box. So we'll take this out for a drive since we haven't done that in a while. See, the problem is I had the tomatoes set up for storing and